You understand that we mean business. I'm not going to play this game with you again. If I set you a bond, it's only going to be one time. I won't. If you fail to do that, I will revoke this bond. I'm going to set it at 0. House with the priors that you have. At some point, that house is going to crack, cave, and your ass is going to fall through. From now on,
I don't know what to say. I have my family, I have my daughter.
I don't care if you have Jesus waiting for you. You're not. How's Jen? Really? It's good? Fun?
No, it's really not, but I'm blessed to be alive.
Well, that's a good attitude to have. That really is, because it could be a lot worse. You could always be 6 feet under, right?
Right.
Your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond, but I'm really concerned. This case is very old, and you've been out literally. She's been on the land for 10 years, Dave?
Well, the warrant was on November 9, 2015 for this one, Judge. But the surrender for the judgment roll was on, well, actually, the enrollment date was February 16th, but the surrender notice to file was April 2020. So I don't know what kind of efforts they went, but the actual form was in 2015.
Do you know, do they really want, are they going to
I
come?
mean, that's like with the other ones, I can only confirm the initial teletype confirming that the warrant is valid and they do still want her.
We've tried to reach out to, I'm sorry, Mr. Kim has tried to reach out to the demanding jurisdiction to see how serious of a case is it? Are they really going to come back? But he's been unable to reach anyone. And I mean, it's only been, 30, 45 minutes. So, your lawyer's asking me to set you a bond. Because of the nature of the case, the type of case it is, and because of the age of the case, you're asking for.
Your Honor, the state's asking for $10,000 because it is a possession of controlled substance with intent for oxycodone and the fact that it's been in forfeiture status since 2015. This isn't one where it's a to-be warrant. It's one where she appeared in front of a judge, stated she would return, and then she didn't do that.
You want
$1,500, Judge. My client has expressed to me that she is a college student. She has expressed to me that she only works for, because she's in school, Uber and DoorDash. She has expressed to me that she has an attorney that is working because she doesn't want this behind her. She can't have this when she graduates in May, if I'm not mistaken. I have explained to her the ramifications if this court was to give her the bond, that she has to that attorney either has to get her a date set there or she has to go turn herself in within the 14 days. She does not have any other criminal history or contacts with police that were dismissed or otherwise, except for this one case from 2015.
the thing is that I have to set your bond sufficiently high so that you understand that we mean business. I'm not going to play this game with you again. If I set you a bond, it's only going to be one time. I won't do it again. You need to understand that there are serious consequences with the actions that you take now. I'm going to set you a bond. I'll set your bond at $5,000. And if and when you make bond, we give you 2 weeks from the date of your release to go turn yourself in to that jurisdiction where you're wanted from. Mr. Kim, where is it?
It's in Mississippi, Harrison County.
Go.
So you have to go turn yourself in. If you fail to do that, I will revoke this bond. I'm going to set it at 0. I will issue a nationwide warrant for your arrest. Obviously, I mean, you can't run forever, right? We're going to get you again. And this time I will physically hold you until Louisiana comes and gets you. Do you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay.
So just knowing that, he has made the bond for $5,000, is that something that you can, or you or your family is able to post? Because if not,
5,000 cash?
it's $5,000.
Oh, no, I have a deaf baby. I'm a single parent. My husband died 3.5 years ago. I'm on a fixed income. That's why I do DoorDash, and that's why I do Uber on the side, just to help,
So I said that to say that the waiver, if he sets the bond, then the waiver goes away. They don't come and get you. You don't get to have the bond and wait for them at this time and see which one happens first. So if you're not going to be able to pay the money, then you can, the option is to leave the waiver that you have in place that you signed on, I think 2/27, and then let them see if they're going to come get you or not. But your time, you don't lose the time that you've already been in custody.
So when you buy, I'm confused, when you behind.
What did she waive?
Right off the bat, 227?
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days credit. We give them 14 days to come get you. If they don't come get you within the 14 days, we release you. They file a dismissal, I sign it, and then they let you go. If that happens, the warrant will always remain active. And that warrant will always remain active until you physically go back or somehow go back to Louisiana and take care of it. That said, if you want to make this bond, you have to withdraw that waiver that you have, and then you lose those 6 days. So if you withdraw it and you don't make the bond, you lose all that time, and you basically it's
Start over.
told until you re-waive or you make that bond.
I only say this because of the age of the case and the fact that I didn't know she had counsel in Mississippi. It's very, very rare, but I have been seeing it happen here and then, or here and there, is if local counsel there can get a new setting date. Like I said, it's incredibly rare. I can count on one hand the amount of times it's happened.
What do you mean, get a new setting date?
So even if they don't appear with sufficient evidence, from our sheriff's office says she's in our custody and her persons is here. And for a variety of factors, I can't speak to Mississippi because I'm not licensed there and I don't work there, is whatever sufficient factors they have to set a new date for her to self-surrender versus outside of the fugitive, they'll recall the warrant. So like I said, it's incredibly, incredibly rare, but only because of the age of the warrant and the fact that she has counsel there.
Well, but we don't know that.
Well, but I'm saying if the information for that counsel can be sent to.
I mean, I'm not going to give you a PR bond. This case is 10 years old. You've been I need you to understand that we mean business. I'm not here to play games. And so that's why we have to set it sufficiently high so that you realize that you have to have skin in the game so that we know that you're going to go back. I'll let you guys talk about it. I don't want you to make a decision here in front of everybody. So you guys talk about it. You know, I'm not stuck on the 5,000. I go back down a little bit, but it's not going to be much, you know, but
I'll stand down. Thank you, Judge.
Sure. So,
Yeah.
so
Yes, sir.
I'll let you guys go talk.
Okay.
I don't want you to say something here that you might invariably regret because it's in front of everyone, you know? Okay, please.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
I'll
Judge.
go down some, you know, but a reasonable amount.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Fox. Let me express my extreme disappointment. You know, and I think what makes me so very upset is that when people truly need help, the fact that we push it along. And since day one, we've known residential has been needed.
It's time.
You now stand charged with another DWI. You're also charged with evading arrest in a motor vehicle. On that one, you're facing up to 10 years in prison, a minimum of 2 years, a maximum of 10 years in prison. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
The officers observed the defendant engage in a race with another car on a road in Harris County, Texas. The officer attempted to catch up to the vehicles and was unable to catch up to the other driver. However, the officer caught up to the defendant's vehicle and attempted to initiate a traffic stop by activating lights and sirens. The defendant failed to stop and engaged officers in a 13-mile pursuit. When officers made contact, they observed the defendant step out of the driver's side of the vehicle, and the officers observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, red glassy eyes, and unsteadiness. The defendant admitted to drinking a bottle of wine and taking a Zoloft. During search of the vehicle, the officers found an empty bottle of wine and a Sonic cup that contained a liquid smelling of alcohol.
Alcohol in the car?
Yes, Judge. And the defendant refused standard field sobriety test. DIC was read, and the defendant refused breath. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Fox, did we already have an affidavit on file that he's not supposed to drive?
Let me double check.
I am now putting this affidavit that you're not to drive. If I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, if you get out, because I don't know if you're getting out, then I will have a contempt hearing and you'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. I am now, if you get out, ordering you to be under home confinement. I think that your bond at $15,000 on the DWI is wholly insufficient, and I'm going to raise that to $50,000. I'm also going to raise the terroristic threat, the probation that you're on now. I'm also going to raise that to $50,000 and 50,000 and 1, 2, 3. How many cases does he have in Fort Bend open? I know he has the one DWI, but what else does he have?
I believe it's just the one DWI judge. But Alex is gonna double check for us. And also, Judge, the complainant in the terroristic threat case did reach out to the felony prosecutor because she saw that the defendant had been arrested. She is currently has filed for divorce from the defendant, and she is requesting that he is not to be in house arrest at her house. It is under her name. So I'm not sure if that's the address we have on file, but if you were proposing house arrest, she was requesting that it's not there.
Okay, so, I need to get Mr. Butler here so we can deal with this case as well, though. Do you mind perhaps reaching out to him, sending an email, or I'll also call out to the office as well to see. He's always in court. Hopefully he can be here now. And then as soon as the line dies down, I'll also reach out to him as well.
All right. There was also one last Spanish THA just in it.
Okay. So she does not want any contact with him as far as, okay, so Mr. Fox, you're not to have contact with the complaining witness in the terroristic threat. You're not to go with where they live, work.
She just said that I'm not gonna live there. I mean, we talk every day that I'm
You're
sitting
not
in.
even, no, I mean, she doesn't want to have contact with him?
No, that's not what she said.
Judge.
And when did she call the DAs?
She emailed on November 21st. So I think that she saw that the new charges had been filed. She was just concerned. She expressed concern to the felony prosecutor that if the defendant is released to his home address, that's where she's currently staying, and they are going through a divorce. I don't think she'd said anything about.
This was not just another court date. It was the moment when excuses ran out. The judge sat forward, voice steady but firm, making it clear that this court was done playing games. A case ignored for years is not a mistake. It's a decision, and today, that decision finally had consequences. The warning was simple and unmistakable. Follow the court's order exactly or lose your freedom. Bond was not mercy, it was a test. Fail it, and the response would be immediate. Bond revoked, a nationwide warrant issued, and no second chances. The courtroom went quiet as the weight of those words settled in. The judge reminded the defendant that running only delays the inevitable because sooner or later, the system always...
Is that it? I guess that's it, right? No weapons.
No weapons.
And then he'll have to, prior to release, he's going to get all those, and then you'll have to find somehow another address for him to live, James, because, you know, we need the address prior. And I mean, I don't know if he's going to bond out now, but
Yes, Judge.
see, but
Can I get that rehabilitation that you had offered?
not while cases are open.
Hold on.
You have the case also that's open in Fort Bend as well.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going to happen in there. I'll tell you, those cases take even longer to resolve than here.
Yes, sir.
And then how are you going to be able to resolve that over there when you've got this stuff over here? So at some point, you're going to have to transfer over there, resolve stuff, it's just, it's even more of a mess now. So, all right, I guess I'm gonna have you put back now. I want to wait to see if we can get Mr. Butler here today. And then if not, we'll just roll it to tomorrow until we get him.
And Judge, I have 2 more in custody.
Okay, who's next? Guys, you're in front of me because you are currently in custody. Your lawyer wants me to let you guys out. And I don't know. We'll see, I guess, Let's start with it's Lane, right?
That's right, Your Honor.
So you initially are charged with evading arrest. We give you a bond, we let you out, and now you've picked up a new case. You've picked up a criminal mischief. You're facing, I think it's even a Class A. You're facing, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I have no idea what happened on your new case, so let's find out. Guys?
So officers were conducting a follow-up report related to an incident that occurred on November 21st. The complainant, the manager of Fan and Food Mart, stated that the defendant entered his store and had an altercation with him. The complainant told the defendant to leave. When the complainant returned to work the following day, he saw that the front window had been broken. The complainant reviewed surveillance and saw an individual throw something at the window who was wearing the same outfit as the defendant had earlier. Additionally, later that day, the complainant saw the defendant walk near the store wearing the same outfit as the individual in the surveillance. The officer viewed the surveillance and confirmed what the CW complainant had seen.
Okay. What are you doing with yourself now these days, Mr. Lane?
Presently, I'm not doing anything. I'm unemployed. I was an attorney for 15 years in Chicago, Illinois, and I moved here in July or late June.
You're a lawyer.
Well, I don't know if I'm currently licensed. I let my license go. I did MCLEs. I was supposed to do them over the summer. I had them due, and I just decided not to go back to Illinois. So
You didn't like being a lawyer?
I love being a lawyer. No, I love.
Just stop.
I'm sorry.
Why stop?
Because in order to practice here, which is my new home, it would have been a process of, I think, taking a bar 3 days. I think you guys have.
Yeah, it's
and
awful.
yeah, and I had some other things going on in my life that producing.
You have in your life now.
Who?
Yeah.
Family, nobody in this area, but my mother and father, they live in San Francisco area, and my younger sister does too. My father's a retired lawyer, my sister's a lawyer, my older brother is in, a different
They know
field.
that you're here in this now?
No.
Can we reach out to them?
Sure. I mean, if you.
Well, here's the problem, Mr. Lane, is that we gave you a free bond, you've picked up a new case. And the last thing I want is to just let you go and you're going to be roaming the streets of Houston. It's just not a good place to roam. And if you've got nowhere to go, if you've got nothing to do, it could be a recipe for trouble. And that's why I want to let you out, but not just to the streets. If you have a place to go to, if you've got family, if someone's willing to take you in, then we can work something. But for you to just be let out on the street.
Right. I was going to defer to my counsel here to make these sorts of arguments. I'm not used to appearing in this sort of forum, but I'd be happy to speak to the circumstance of being
Do you mind
homeless.
if he reaches out to family to see if they can help?
I'm not sure. Well, again,
I can reach out to any family members if you want, if you're comfortable with me doing that. I just don't want to do that if you don't want me to, but.
Well, I don't understand the purpose to have them pay a bond.
No.
For help.
What Judge is concerned about is you having some sort of place to stay where you're safe, so that you can comply with bond conditions, come to court when asked, and we know that you have a place to be. So if that's a homeless shelter or Star of Hope or something.
More importantly, that you, number one, don't get into any trouble, and number two, don't be a danger to the public, because we want our public to be safe, secure. And that's it. And if you're on the street, you're roaming, you've got nowhere to go, you've got no food to eat, it's a recipe for disaster. But if we can get your family involved and let them know what's going on with you now, perhaps they're willing to come down, speak with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a larger extended family that really should be bearing this burden because they were the ones who convinced me to come to Houston in the first place and to stay here.
You can
And
reach out to whoever you want. Doesn't matter.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. Anyone you want. As long as they have a phone number, then hey,
well, sure. I mean, I'm amenable to that. I'm not sure if that's a solution here that has anything to do with my bond or because they gave me what, like a $5,000 bond or something. I don't really know.
yeah, your bond's now, it's $100 on the evading and then it's 5,000 on the criminal mischief.
Is there
Yeah.
anyone you could stay with in the Houston area?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I know of one person in the Houston area and a few others that could possibly be called. I don't really know all their names, but people I met along the way.
Are you comfortable with me calling someone for you in the Houston area?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Sure.
Okay.
Let's see who you try to reach out to see how we
Sure.
can get Mr. Lane some help.
Okay. And Judge, when you plan to give him a personal bond and maybe what we.
No. I want to first see who we can reach out to first. If we can find someone that we have a place for him to go to, willing to help him out, then absolutely.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Lane,
Yes, Your
I want
Honor.
to give you another PR bond, but I don't want to just throw you out to the street to the wolves.
Sure.
Okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
James is great. He's here to help you. Together, let's work something to get you the best thing that we can. Okay?
Thanks.
Mr. Smith, not very happy with you. You were placed on a probation for unlawful carrying of a weapon. While you were on that probation, you absconded multiple times, meaning you took off. In March of 23, you picked up an assault. And then after you picked up the assault, you took off. Never heard from you again. The only reason we have you now is because you picked up a criminal trespass.
Can I speak on the March case?
Don't. I've got a bunch of district attorneys here, and I don't want you to say something that hurts
Don't
your
speak about
case.
the facts of your case.
Yes, sir.
The problem is that your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond to get you out. But I know if I give you a PR bond, you're going to take flight. We'll never see you again. How many times have you done it before? It's a rhetorical question. I don't want you to answer, but the problem is I have your bond at 7503 for a reason.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we got to find out what's going on with you as well. What I'd like to do is have you TRAS'd. I want you to speak to our clinicians to see how we best go forward. I don't want to just throw you out to the wolves. We want to, how do we get better? How do we make sure this doesn't happen again? How do we get you full-time employment so you can start working? Well,
He works at
I
an
don't
auto shop,
know.
Judge.
Huh?
He works at an auto shop.
Great. But I need just more than words, right? So I'm going to have you TRAS'd. We'll set you off a couple days to see how we go forward. Okay? You understand? Okay. Do you have any family here that's willing to help you out in Houston as well?
My girlfriend, yes, sir. She was trying to buy me out today.
Who else do you have besides that?
My mother works for HPD.
Okay, that's a great start. Do you mind if he reaches out to mom? Okay, don't say anything here because, I don't want you to give phone numbers or anything like that now. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put you guys back. We're going to try to see how we go forward and then we'll see you here soon, okay? All right, guys. Thanks.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, take care, man. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days. Why would we do this? You had one just dismissed not too long ago. Why would we give you another gift?
I feel like I've learned my lesson.
How? How have you learned your lesson?
Like, just the fact that I don't want to end up in jail or anything like that.
Oh, you've learned your lesson. Really? The thing is that when we are too nice to people, they end up wrapping their car around a pole the following week. You just had one dismissed. Was it due to a PTI?
Yes, it was, Judge.
You didn't learn a damn thing because now you're back with another DWI and you want me to take this time served so you can go around again? How have you learned any possible thing, Mr. Lara? Tell me. What have you done differently from the first DWI to the DWI you have done now to show me that you've learned something? What have you done? I want you to understand one thing, sir, is that you now are building yourself a house with the priors that you have. At some point, that house is going to crack, cave, and your ass is going to fall through. From now on, you will now be looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. The proverbial slap on the wrist is gone because now, as a matter of fact, with your priors, you're looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail for anything that you pick up from now on. You will also now be required to pay the fines, fees, and surcharges with this case. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't, every $100 that you owe, you will sit in jail for 1 day.
His catches up. Then came the pattern. Another arrest, another excuse, another risk to public safety. Alcohol, refusal, reckless choices, and now the reality of jail time staring back. The judge's patience was gone. Driving meant jail. Violations meant more time. This was no longer about sympathy, it was about protection. The court made it clear that repeated chances had already been wasted. You don't build a future by ignoring your past. You build a collapse. Every warning given before this moment had been ignored, and today was the final line. From this point forward, every decision would carry real weight, real consequences, and real time. Because in this courtroom, safety comes first. Accountability is non-negotiable, and once the warning is spoken, there is no going back.
I want you to understand that you're going to pay a very hefty fine fees. If it's above a 0.15, it's $4,500 in surcharges, not to mention the court cost. Now it's below a 0.15, so you're paying $3,000 on the surcharge. I'm going to require you to pay also the court costs as well. When you pick up a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention all the court costs. So get ready. Not only is it a minimum of 90 days next time, but you're looking at around court costs and fines and fees and around $7,000. How much money have you paid surrounding all this? When all it could have done is one click on your phone, $20. It's a geographical oddity. Don't matter where you want to go with your Uber, $20. Anywhere you want to go. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no coming back. Do you understand? It will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. And I'm telling you, Mr. Lara, you get pulled over and even have the faintest, funkiest smell of anything, you're going to be right back with us. And I'm going to tell you, I have jurisdiction over you for the next 5 years. Do you understand? You come back, it's not going to go well.
Yes, sir.
Get a clue. Hit a button. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? How much of the court cost?
$3,420.
You will be required to pay $3,420. I will give you time to pay it because we're not here to break your bank. But I want you to understand that we mean business. And the way that we do it is this way. If you don't pay $100, for every $100 that you owe, it is 1 day in jail. So you can imagine on $3,500 how much time you'll be doing. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. I'm suspending his license for 6 months as well, 180 days. All right, Eddie.
Yes, sir, Judge.
Get your boy, man. Christian Martinez Velasquez.
See.
Yes.
Mr. Martinez Velasquez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 7th, 2024, the officer alerted dispatch about a traffic hazard regarding the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it sway in a moving lane of traffic, impede traffic when the defendant had the green light, and upon contact with the vehicle, the officer observed the defendant to be asleep in the driver's seat. The defendant's foot was on the brake and the vehicle was on. After the officer woke the defendant by banging on the window, he seemed disoriented, and the officer observed glossy, bloodshot eyes, an odor of an alcoholic beverage, and slow movements. The officer observed an open Modelo beer can in the cup holder next to the vehicle.
Alcohol in the car while driving?
Yes, Your Honor. And the defendant admitted to drinking 3 beers and 1 shot before driving. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, 1 leg stand 0 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.087 and 0.086.
Mr. Martinez Velasquez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Are you a citizen of the United States?
No,
Are you in this country with or without permission?
without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
O sea que tuve un error y
I don't know.
What happens if you go to jail?
Si usted va a la cárcel.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Es como sin permiso.
sin permiso.
Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
O sea, si usted va a la cárcel.
No sé qué decir, pues tengo mi familia, tengo mi hija.
I don't know what to say. I have my family, I have my daughter.
I don't care if you have Jesus waiting for you. You're not answering my question. What happens if you go to jail?
Pasa si usted va a la cárcel.
I want you to
¿Qué le
think.
pasa? Quiero que piense.
Pues que voy a estar, no voy a estar libre, voy a estar en un lugar donde no quiero estar por mis consecuencias.
I wouldn't be free. I would be somewhere I wouldn't want to be because, as a consequence,
You are not in this country with permission.
no está en el país.
If you go to jail,
Si usted va a la cárcel,
immigration sweeps the jail every
cárcel,
couple hours. If they find you in the jail, they will put an immigration detainer on you, and you will be stuck like Chuck in jail until this case is over with. And then you get shipped off to immigration, where you will sit for another 6 to 9 months waiting for them to do whatever they're going to do. The president does not have very much sympathy for you, if you catch my drift. And I'm going to tell you now, the fact that you have an open container, if they allege it in the information, it is a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you do. And I will tell you, any more than 4 to 6 hours you spend in custody is very well that you may get an immigration detainer. I am putting conditions on your bond now, and if you violate these conditions, I will, in a moment's notice, put you in jail, and I will not give you another PR bond.
no le daré otra.
The reason you got out of jail so quick is we gave you a free bond.
De la cárcel.
It's not going to happen again. Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
First and foremost, you are not to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what you need. I don't care what you have to do. Kids, groceries, Jesus, don't drive. You will be signing an affidavit. This is a promise you're making to me that you're not going to drive. I am also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Correcto, sí.
Yes.
Forewarned is fair warned.
Advertido.
You will not get any warnings from us.
Okay.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Victoria, where we will have you sign a reset. And after that, we'll send you out here. And when you come back, have a lawyer, sir. Do
Cuando regrese,
not drive.
Okay.
Okay. Catherine Olvera, ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you can under afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, at approximately 1 a.m., officers conducted a traffic stop at the 16,000 block of Katy Freeway on a white Lexus for speeding. The officer paced the motor vehicle traveling 85 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone for approximately a quarter mile. The motor vehicle was also failing to maintain a single lane. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, red glassy eyes, and the inability to balance. The defendant admitted to having 2 drinks prior to driving the motor vehicle. SFSTs were conducted. It was a 6 out of 6 on the HGN, a 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 1 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The DIC was read and she consented to breath. The results were a 0.187 and a 0.185. She was identified by her driver's license.
So any prior to WIs and then
No prior to WIs, her license is eligible.
that. All right, Ms. Olvera, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with him, and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If I find that you pick up a new case, you're driving without insurance, anything else, then it's not going to go well for you. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go. All right?
Vera Catherine with a K, Olivera. Arraignment.
Ms. Olvera, come up.
Yes, nothing more.
You are Catherine Olvera. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you can under afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, at approximately 1 a.m., officers conducted a traffic stop at the 16,000 block of Katy Freeway on a white Lexus for speeding. The officer paced the motor vehicle traveling 85 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone for approximately a quarter mile. The motor vehicle was also failing to maintain a single lane. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, red glassy eyes, and the inability to balance. The defendant admitted to having 2 drinks prior to driving the motor vehicle. SFSTs were conducted. It was a 6 out of 6 on the HGN, a 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 1 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The DIC was read and she consented to breath. The results were a 0.187 and a 0.185. She was identified by her driver's license.
So any prior to WIs and then
No prior to WIs, her license is eligible.
that. All right, Ms. Olvera, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with him, and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If I find that you pick up a new case, you're driving without insurance, anything else, then it's not going to go well for you. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go. All right?
Judge.
Thanks, Mr. Nolan.